Is Israel about to take off its military alliance from Gaza? The ICJ is about to announce the decisions, and the experts say South Africa is winning. But what would the verdict be? The anticipated verdict is of particular interest to Western nations, as an accusation of genocide against Israel would mean they supported genocide. South Africa plays a pivotal role in ensuring justice is served. What strengthens South Africa's case, and why will the verdict favor them? Let's find out. In the halls of The Hague, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, is currently on the stage for a contentious case that has sparked international debates. South Africa, through its Department of International Relations and Cooperation (DIRCO), lodged a case against Israel, accusing the nation of violating the 1948 Genocide Convention during its military operations against Hamas in Gaza. The case, filed on December 29, 2023, has highlighted the complexities surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Public hearings at the ICJ unfolded from January 11 to 12, 2024, where South Africa presented its arguments, alleging genocide by Israel. The court then heard Israel's response on Friday, January 19, 2024, as both nations engaged in a legal battle, each defending its position vehemently. The case raises critical questions about the application of international law in conflicts that have persisted for decades. Israel, in response to the allegations, has adamantly rejected them, labeling them as baseless and comparing them to a blood libel. The term blood libel refers to a false and evil accusation, suggesting that Jews have engaged in the ritual murder of non-Jews, often falsely claiming the use of their blood for ceremonial purposes. The use of such terminology highlights the seriousness of the accusations. The next crucial juncture in the proceedings is scheduled for Friday, January 26, 2024, when the ICJ will issue an order on South Africa's request for provisional measures against Israel. This decision will have significant implications for both nations and could set a precedent in international law, influencing how similar conflicts are addressed. But what will the outcomes be? Who will win this case? Because we talk about who ICJ will consider at right, we need to talk about the legal teams that are presenting this case. Right now, chances are that Israel will lose the case from South Africa because of its legal team. So, how strong is South Africa's legal team? Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Let's continue now. The legal battleground at the ICJ sees heavyweight legal teams representing both South Africa and Israel. South Africa's team comprises figures such as John Dugard, a former UN Special Rapporteur, Max du Plessis, a senior counsel and international lawyer, and Adila Hassam, a senior counsel and advocate of the Johannesburg Bar, among others. Though not explicitly mentioned, the Israeli legal team is expected to include seasoned international law experts and advocates. As the ICJ's judgment remains pending, the legal prowess of these teams is central to the unfolding narrative. Now, what can the possible verdict be? Anticipation looms as South Africa anticipates a positive outcome, seeking a temporary ruling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and increased UN humanitarian aid. South Africa's foreign minister's journey to The Hague for the verdict indicates confidence in Pretoria. However, it's crucial to highlight that this is an anticipation, not a confirmation of the ICJ's decision. The ICJ holds the authority to issue provisional measures, and the judgment on the merits of the genocide claim is expected to be a protracted process. Israel's active defense in court, associated with dismissing South Africa's claim as a blood libel, adds layers to the legal complications. Israel's participation in the legal proceedings signifies its acknowledgement of the gravity of the case and its commitment to counter the allegations. The term blood libel underscores Israel's vehement denial of the genocide accusations and introduces historical connotations to emphasize the seriousness of the matter. The core of the matter lies in determining intent, a pivotal factor in any court decision on genocide. Israel's defense focuses on discrediting any notion of intent, emphasizing self-defense and denying any intention to expel Palestinians from Gaza. Now, let's consider who can win and why. Let's start with South Africa. Are there any chances of South Africa winning? At the heart of South Africa's goal of a ceasefire lies its ability to construct a compelling legal argument. The 1948 Geneva Convention serves as the legal framework, and experts say South Africa has convinced the ICJ that Israel's military actions in Gaza meet the criteria for genocide, articulating a plausible case that demonstrates a clear connection between Israel's actions and the convention's stipulations is crucial. South Africa's legal team has meticulously analyzed the events in Gaza, presenting a convincing narrative that establishes the intentional harm to civilians and the systematic attempts at physical destruction. If successful, this legal argumentation could form the bedrock of the court's decision to grant provisional measures in favor of South Africa. The burden of proof rests on South Africa's ability to convince the court of the urgency and gravity of the situation, making a compelling case for immediate intervention. A legal case is only as strong as the evidence supporting it. South Africa's chances of success hinge significantly on the quality and credibility of the evidence it presents before the ICJ. And Africa has done a good job. Documentation, reports, and witness testimonies are comprehensive and irrefutable. They have shown exactly that Israel took action in the entire matter. Everything will add weight to the case, from declaring war to attacking hospitals. Concrete proof of Israel's actions, such as detailed reports on civilian casualties, photographic evidence, and eyewitness accounts, can sway the court in South Africa's favor. Establishing a direct link between Israel's military operations and the alleged violations of the Geneva Convention is paramount. A meticulous compilation of evidence that leaves little room for doubt could tip the scales in favor of South Africa's plea for a ceasefire. In international law, the support of other nations and influential entities significantly influences the outcome of a case. South Africa has strategically sought diplomatic and political backing to bolster its position at the ICJ. A consensus among the international community has emerged, claiming that Israel's actions warrant intervention, and experts say the court may be swayed to grant provisional measures in favor of South Africa. Diplomatic efforts to garner support from key players in the geopolitical landscape were instrumental, and South Africa gained that. More than 50 nations are supporting South Africa. Statements of condemnation, resolutions passed by international bodies, and alliances formed to support South Africa's cause exert pressure on the ICJ to act decisively. The strength of the international coalition backing South Africa is a compelling factor in the court's considerations. This makes the experts believe the ICJ will consider South Africa the right place. But are there any chances of Israel winning? If yes, why would this happen? Central to Israel's pursuit of victory at the ICJ is constructing a robust legal defense. The crux of this defense lies in challenging the foundation of South Africa's claims. Israel has demonstrated that its military actions in Gaza are rooted in self-defense rather than an intent to commit genocide. The ICJ will scrutinize the legal arguments put forth by Israel, and the strength of this defense will hinge on the ability to debunk South Africa's allegations. Israel has presented evidence and legal interpretations that showcase the legitimacy of its military objectives and counter any accusations of genocidal intent. If successful, such a defense could sway the court to reject South Africa's plea for provisional measures. A critical aspect of Israel's legal strategy is to discuss the intent behind its military actions. The ICJ may delve into whether harm caused to civilians is incidental to legitimate military objectives or part of a deliberate plan to destroy a specific group, as asserted by South Africa. Israel has convincingly argued that any harm to civilians is an unfortunate consequence of its pursuit of national security and not a calculated act of genocide. This can cast doubt on the allegations put forth by South Africa. Israel's legal team has also addressed the complexities of international law, emphasizing the distinction between self-defense and genocidal intent. Successfully navigating this legal minefield could prove pivotal in swaying the ICJ's opinion and securing a favorable outcome for Israel. In international law, the support of key allies and influential nations can significantly impact the outcome of a case. Israel's diplomatic efforts will play a crucial role in shaping perceptions and garnering support on the global stage. Israel has built a united front among powerful states that publicly back its position. It may tip the scales against the ICJ, granting provisional measures in South Africa's favor. Strategic alliances, persuasive diplomacy, and effective communication are essential to Israel's efforts to sway international opinion. The more influential nations that align with Israel's perspective, the stronger the message sent to the ICJ, potentially influencing its decision-making process. Right now, nations like the US do support Israel, making its case strong. In both scenarios, the outcome depends on the strength of legal arguments, the quality of evidence presented, and the ability of each party to influence the court's perception of the situation. Now, the decision will reveal who has effectively fought their case. Who do you think will win? Is Israel's case more strong than South Africa's? What will happen if South Africa wins? Will it increase its influence in the world over political matters? Let us know in the comment section, what will be the West's approach if South Africa wins? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: African politics, economy, and increasing power. Thanks for watching. And until the next video, stay tuned.
Tell us what you think in the comment section. Like and share the video, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our African videos. It's the best way to support us.